and then warm blood pooled around the base of his skull. He closed his eyes against the black rain on his face and told himself it would be okay. He wasn't going to die. As the car pulled away, another must have passed as it pulled into the community, and he thought maybe he would be helped. He could be saved still, he was certain. The car stopped. It stopped to help him. Doors opened and closed, and he heard the voices of two people, a man and a woman. "Oh, my God," the female voice said. "Call! Oh, my... Jesus, call for help!" And just then, the wail of sirens could be heard, blaring in their direction. He was sure they must be coming for him. "Let's get out of here," the male voice said. "What?" The woman kneeled next to Caleb, and he tried to reach out his hand, but couldn't make it move. The man pulled her away. "Help is coming. We can't be here," he said. He could feel her hesitate, but then sensed that she wasn't there anymore. He heard the car pull away, and tears escaped the corners of his eyes, washed away by the rain. Had the gunshot made the neighbors call the police? They were probably coming. He waited, alone, the cold permeating his clothes and making him tremble. "I'm sorry," he whispered, but before help could arrive, he was gone. 1 year later. Paige. Paige stands watering her marigolds in the front yard and marvelling at how ugly they are. The sweet potato orange flowers remind her of a couch from the 1970s, and she suddenly hates them. She crouches down, ready to rip them from their roots, wondering why she ever planted such an ugly thing next to her pristine Russian sage. And then the memory steals her breath. The church Mother's Day picnic, when Caleb was in the 6th grade. Some moron had let the potato salad sit too long in the sun, and Caleb got food poisoning. All the kids got to pick a flower plant to give to their mums, and even though Caleb was puking mayonnaise, he insisted on going over to pick his flower to give her. He was so proud to hand it to her in its little plastic pot, and she said they'd plant it in the yard and they'd always have his special marigolds to look at. How could she have forgotten? She feels tears rise in her throat but swallows them down. Her dachshund, Christopher, waddles over and noses her arm. He always senses when she's going to cry, which is almost all the time since Caleb died. She kisses his head and looks at her now beautiful marigolds. She's interrupted by the kid who delivers the newspaper as he rides his bike into the cul-de-sac and tosses a rolled-up paper, hitting little Christopher on his back. "Are you a fucking psychopath?" Paige screams, jumping to her feet and hurling the paper back at the kid, which hits him in the head and knocks him off his bike. "What the hell is wrong with you, lady?" he yells back, scrambling to gather himself and pick up his bike. "What's wrong with me? You tried to kill my dog. Why don't you watch what the fuck you're doing?" His face contorts and he tries to pedal away, but Paige grabs the garden hose and sprays him down until he's out of reach. "Little monster!" she yells after him. 30 minutes later, the police ring her doorbell, but Paige doesn't answer. She sits in the back garden, drinking coffee out of a lopsided clay mug with the word Mum carved into it by little fingers. She strokes Christopher's head and examines the ivy climbing up the brick of the garage and wonders if it's bad for the foundation.